I guess I was hitting him, but it just did no damage. I say run. De-equip the torch. Run. Just run. Visit taverns. You can stock your supplies, hear latest rumor, or simply listen to the bards. Sounds pleasant. A lot more pleasant than trying to find a mud elemental that I can't do shit against. Lieutenant Arctic Wing allowed you to face enemies at your level or lower for multiple seconds, especially for mages or lightly equipped characters. This talent can provide protection that cannot be underestimated. Ooh, that's bright. Good God. Yeah, got out of the ravine. Okay. That's of course something that I should have thought about. I have some spell tomes. Boon. Heals the caster for 6 points per second. Worsens arcane thief by 0.15 points per second. Well, it's at least something that can be very useful. Spell tome Grounding, rank 1. Lightning that does 7 points of shock damage and half as much as mana damage per second. Absorbs 1 point of mana from the target. Oh, it absorbs mana? That sounds pretty useful. So, and now mana slowly regenerates. Here's the thing I hope they did, but don't think they did. Yeah. Can't use the bow alongside the... Can't hold the bow in your left hand and cast magic with your right hand. I mean, really, how many hands do you use for holding this bow? Because as far as I can see, you really only use your left hand, so you should be able to cast spells with your right hand. I mean, you should not be able to fire arrows at the same time, but, well... just really something would be nice. Oh. Heals health instantly. Moon carrot. Oh. The plant sap heals you. That's nice. Very pleasant. I feel like I missed something there. Shouldn't there be another gourd or something? Yeah, it's pretty hard for me not to call some things what they are in Skyrim, and I don't accidentally say, oh look at the Bella statue or something, because, well, it is the Bella statue, at least not here. Oh well. So, into the tower? Yep, open abandoned tower. Balm of an ancient nation. They're worth a bit. At this point I need all the money I can get. Flame Bite, rank 1. Ancient crystal coins. Oh, those seemed a bit more expensive, didn't they? 10. No. I mean, it's not a lot, but, well, it's still worth a bit. Oh. Yeah, use track to your advantage by defeating enemies with them. Okay. An old sword, nice. So much human flesh. Interact with a magical symbol. Yes, interact with that, because that doesn't look like a horrible idea, but then again, well, curiosity. Oh. 1 of 100 magic symbols collected. Okay. Oh. Yoo-hoo! Okay. I'm pretty sure I'll have to look up how Gopher found a solution to him having a horrible delay with those. Yeah, Yuko being angry. Good God. I mean, in Skyrim they start you off, well, in Skyrim normally you get always put against things your level. Oh. Ready? Ow. Sword, sword, sword. Old sword. Go away, knife. Okay. I need some armor. Corpse of a climber. Another brittle longbow. Some real clothes, thank you. Oh, boots, nice. And life absorption. Oh, that sounds really nice. Yeah, sorry about your stuff, man, but you're dead, I'm not, so yeah, I need them more. Okay, so what? Need to eat something. Oh, am I supposed to eat it or something? Yep. Okay. Yeah. There. That was accidentally 2 pumpkins. Oh well. Oop. I'm detected by something. No idea what. Advanced required tactic, press 2 while blocking to execute a bashing attack, yeah. Okay, already did that. Okay. Wolves. Oh. No. They can get up here. Fuck. Go away. Go away, you. You're making me very dizzy. And probably the viewer even more. Go away. You leveled up. You received 5 learning points, 3 crafting points and 1 memory point. Choose an attribute which you want to raise. At this point, well, Health seems like the obvious one, doesn't it? Because, good God, I need it. Because I'm constantly dying. Okay. Oh. Hooray. I have 1 arrow back. So, yeah. Level 2, learning points 5, meaning I need some learning books. Crafting points. Memory points. And, yeah. Hooray. Oh. And I need to take something for that arcane fever sometime soon. Okay. I need some real armor. And an emerald. Oh. I just did. What am I supposed to do here then? Yeah, I just did that. If I might be an alchemist, I need to catch some things. I was sure I heard something make the Nernwood sound. Oh. Hello there, cow, rhinoceros, thing. Hello. Answer markers with, dude. Okay.
Now would you look at that? I knew I'd seen someone scrambling in the mountains.
I don't think that was.
What brings you here, my sir?
Yeah, none of your business? Yeah, probably the correct answer, but I also need answers. Yeah, long story. Where am I? And who are you?
Who am I? Finn Delires, apothecarius by my path. Pleased to meet you. And you are at Sun Coast, in the south of Enderal. Where are you from? But wait, don't tell me. I know that accent. Nerim, isn't it?
There we go. Everything's locked up. At least for the night we should. Wait a second. Who's that?
Oi!
Just an adventurer on his way. No reason to worry.
No reason to worry? For heck's sake, Finn. How do you know that this guy isn't with the bandits? You said you'd call me if anyone showed up. And now you're standing here, having a chat with him as if this were the bathing house of Ark.
Lo and behold, we are still alive. Now, is there anything else, Carbos?
I've got my eye on you. Touch any of our stuff, and you'll regret it. Unbelievable.
I wasn't planning on it, I think.
May I present Carbos, as he lives and breathes. Sorry about that just now. That's just how he is. In any
That's not always
case,
friendly.
if you don't need any more help, I'd suggest you move on. Follow the way east behind the dam house. It'll lead you to a village called Riverville. Ah, here, take this. Truth be told, you don't look so healthy. Your eyes... well, whatever.
What about my eyes?
There's something peculiar about you. I don't know how else to say it. I would examine you myself, but we don't have the right equipment with us. So if I were you, I'd ask a priest in Riverville to have a look at you. Who knows? Maybe you caught something in that temple.
Yeah, wouldn't that be typical? So yeah, can we trade goods? I found some things in the ruin.
Yeah, why not? Show me what you've got. Maybe I have some things you can use.
That would be grand. So, what's this? Enderal and crusty bread. Just bread that you can use to heal, great. Health potion. Morning air potion. Yeah, for stamina. Absorption, already have it. and just some wines. So, what can I give you? Think I need that. You can... oh. Well, you can still have it even though it weighs nothing. Well, I get nothing for it. No. Okay, nothing here. Scroll of Boon. Meh. No, I'm afraid I need that a lot. Going to need this, I think. Have a look. Ancient crystal coin. For some reason I don't want to sell them. Ball of ancient nations and that kind of stuff I can do. Empty wine bottle. Let's hold on to it. Maybe I need to fill it with water for something. Ancient nation things. Hammer, soul. And silver candlestick. Yeah, that was about it. The rest I might need. Yeah, can you tell me more about this region?
Well, what can I tell you? This is the Sun Coast, in the south of Enderal. A pretty peaceful area, except for all the animals and bandits that have recently started going crazy. And, well, that's pretty much it. I think you should ask the people in Riverville if you want to know more. They certainly have some stories to tell.
Some stories to tell? That doesn't sound like something normal now, does it? So, I see. And are there any places that might be of interest to an adventurer?
To an adventurer? If you ask me, what you need before you adventure anywhere is some good old-fashioned shut-eye. But yes, there are some places. The Three River Watch, for example, right there below the stone arch. It was once an old trading post, but now it's full of shady characters. Ah, and there's also a big Pyrian ruin south of it.
Sounds interesting. You said you were from both there, I guess, by my path. What do you mean by my path?
By the Black Guardian. You really are an outlander, aren't you? My path is... well, it's just me path. My role designated to me by Malthus. A kind of calling, if you will.
A role designated by Malthus? You mean the gods assign you your... assign your profession to you? That sounds horrible.
Not exactly. Malthus designates our place in society, generally the same one our fathers and forefathers occupied. I walk the path of the erudites, and there's also the manufacturers, the sublimes, and, of course, the pathless. Within these roles we are free to choose a profession, but certain vocations that are available to an erudite are not permitted to a manufacturer, which is one path below. However, below does not mean that it is in any way inferior. Everyone on Enderal does what they do best, and who would know better than the gods what exactly that is?
The person who has to do it? Yeah, aren't you frustrated by being bound to the path? Don't you want to, I don't know, advance?
In the folly of my youth, I might have thought about it, yes. But then I realized that half of what goes wrong in this world has to do with the desire to advance. I am interested in living the righteous path and to contribute to the preservation of my people. That's enough for me. And only the faithful will be granted the eternal pass upon death.
What is the eternal path upon death? And who are these pathless? Because that sounds really bad. That sounds like, yeah, you mean nothing to anyone.
Men or women who have never received the path consecration, or those who have broken their path. Brigands, glimmer dust smugglers, murderers, well, you know.
Joy. So once you're that, there's no going back, I guess. Yeah, in Ephraim there's a rumor the gods are dead.
And over here, there's a rumour that the Golden Queen has a weakness for men in gowns. Seriously, be careful with that kind of gossip. I know you don't mean any harm, but there are a few who might consider it heresy.
Joy. Yeah, just an idea yourself.
Maybe. But if I look at other countries, even within the civilized world, it's hard to find a people as peaceful as ours.
So then, what's your story? You're kind of bound to your path, I guess?
Us? Oh, nothing spectacular, I'm afraid. We gather herbs, but tomorrow we're going back north, to League. You should stop by one day if you're in the area. Someone who scours Pyrian ruins and survives could surely be useful to the apothecary and help us find some things.
I survived by running away. I mean, thanks for the compliment and the job offer and all, but I don't think I'm your man. Yeah, thanks for your help.
Don't mention it. I wish you a quick recovery and safe roads. Walk blessed. Carbos, do we need the still tomorrow? Or can I clean all the tools?
Places, Finn, I'm playing. Don't bother me.
I guess that means no.
Oof, what? Okay, yeah, talk about that fever. That is not good in any bloody way. Fuck. All them lookout discovered. Oh good God. Okay. Yeah, that is not good at all. You seem like a knowledgeable man. Ow.
By the righteous path? What happened to you? You look as if you've met the Black Guardian himself.
Yeah, kind of fever, puncture, something. Yeah, any idea what it could be?
Fever? Well, there could be many causes. Wait a moment. I think I still have some grunt root. That should be enough to ease your pain, at least for now. Take a seat at the fire. The warmth might help you.
Oh, so now we're brewing potions for complete strangers.
Well, if the strangers are about to die of fever, then yes. There was that oath we swore once, remember? To help the afflicted, to...
Whatever.
Thank you. Gruntroods, gruntroods. Ah, here we go.
Yeah, this is really bad.
So, let's see. Sheer cap, some water. Ha! Done. I can't make any promises,
Shit.
but...
Finn! The still!
Explore...
Oh!
Do something, damn it! Do something!
Okay.
Oh, sod it.
Do I really have to watch every step you take? That was a fucking close call.
Hey, I'm sorry, alright. We'll pick up a new one in Ark.
Yeah, and you're paying for it. Here I thought this bloody day couldn't get any worse.
Okay, what was...
This day isn't getting any better. Here, drink this. It'll help you.
Yeah, probably a good
See,
idea.
you already look a lot better. Still,
Oof.
you should let a priest take a look at that fever as soon as possible. The grunt root potion will wane in a few days.
Okay, yeah, thanks, but what happened there? Why was there an explosion that stopped time or something?
What? You mean the still? Bad quality, and too much heat, I'd wager. But, yeah, whatever will be, will be.
Yeah, the explosion of voices. They were yours.
Explosion? I'm not sure I follow.
Oh, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Finn Dalaris. Died in 8234. Cause of death, exploding still.
Ha ha. Look, I really don't know what you're talking about. Maybe...
Wait a second. What was that? You could have sworn I saw something moving over there. Oh shit!
What the? Carbos!
They've hit me, Finn.
Don't just stand there.
Bastards. They've hit me.
Carbos, do something, damn it! Do something!
Okay, these quests never end on a happy note, now do they?
Now would you look at that? Our mysterious survivor has awoken.
Where am I? Who are you? What is going on this time?
Jaspar Matumiel Delveric. Jaspar for short. And you, my friend, are in my very own campsite. And before you ask, yes, the bandits killed both of the apothecary. The only reason you're still alive is that the impact of the explosion threw you right into a thicket. Luckily enough, most of your injuries are only superficial, and I've already taken care of them. Your fever, though, is an entirely different story.
How do you know all this? Where were you when they were attacked? Are you part of the bandits?
Suffice it to say, I was on the perimeter. And no, I didn't help for two reasons. One, I was outnumbered like crazy. And two, I'm in a happy relationship with my entrails. I wish I had a more heroic answer for you, but I don't. Sorry.
Fair enough. So, this fever, know anything about that?
Yep, quite a lot actually. You're suffering from first-degree Arcanist's fever. I'm quite surprised that the old apothecarius didn't see that, to be honest. You're suddenly capable of doing things you previously knew only from the bard songs, right? And you're feeling unusually strong and dizzy at the same time? While drinking herbal potions leaves a, well, kind of a bitter feeling in your head?
Yes, and yes. Then this Arcanist fever is responsible for these things I can suddenly do, magic, see explosions apparently.
Yep. Your magical talent has broken free inside you. I don't have any myself, but I've worked together with enough Arcanists to know the signs. Simply put, what's happening is that your body can't cope with the magic. This isn't much of a problem at first, but if you don't do anything about it within the next couple of months, you'll find yourself running through the Heartland naked, throwing fireballs at everything that moves. You'll lose your mind, to speak plain and all.
It can be treated, right?
Yes, of course. Though someone who's magically gifted will always react differently to certain situations than someone who isn't. As I said, some herbs will always worsen your fever, as will magically contaminated areas.
So this not gets worse when I drink potions and everything.
Among other things, yes. Just as being magically gifted can make a person powerful, it can also make them sensitive and prone to certain conditions. Just don't overdo it sleeping in ruins or in the wilderness. Instead, set up a camp somewhere. Plus, as you've already said yourself, don't overdo it with potions.
Joy. So I'm able to be a mage, and that means that I'm not good in other things. This kind of makes me feel like I have to become a mage to actually make some use out of this. And what happens if I do these things? How does this fever affect me exactly?
Well, it depends on how bad it gets. At first, you'll suffer these diffuse headaches from time to time. Then your sight will permanently blur. And then you'll suffer a case of acute death, so to speak.
It can kill me, Joy.
Yep. Everything has its price, as the wise hermit likes to say.
So I can trade with grunroot extract?
What? No. That won't help you in the long run. What you need is ambrosia, a special mixture of herbs that can remedy the fever without any side effects. Every good alchemist has that in stock, but it'll cost you.
And these visions?
Visions?
Yeah, well, it's what I call them. It's these kind of premonitions of things which are about to happen. Are they also a side effect of the fever?
No. Well, none that I know of. The only visions I ever had were those that come along with a good pipe of peaceweed. You know what? Someone has to take care of your fever. And as it happens, I know someone who could. But in return, I want you to tell me everything. How did you get here? And what did you do in that temple? And what exactly did you see in those visions? I can't put my finger on it, but there's something strange about you. And that makes me curious. So, healing for information. What do you say?
Fair enough. Well, yeah, just tell him everything.
Then shoot. I'm eager to listen. I understand. My condolences for your loss.
Yeah.
So that means you somehow survived this execution. And before you got washed ashore, you had this dream? In which you saw burnt bodies and a blinding light.
Pretty much. It wasn't just a dream, it was more like a memory. The I saw in it was exactly the same as the one in the valley. Do you know what I mean?
I hope so. So your magical outburst didn't happen slowly as it usually does, but all of a sudden after this near-death experience. And with it came these visions.
Yep.
Interesting. I guess you know how absurd all this must sound, but somehow I believe you. Heck knows why, but I do. So, that means I'll introduce you to my employer. If anyone can help you, it's him. There is, however, one thing with which I could use a hand. The sooner we get that done, the sooner we can start our journey to Ark.
And what exactly is Ark? Sounds like a big city or something?
Ark? The capital of this country? Walls high as towers of iron-hard stone, rest alone in the mountains in granite enthroned, never decaying, the ages surveying, guarded by the Lord, and blah 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 blah, and so on and so forth. If you plan on staying in this land, sooner or later you'll see it with your own eyes.
Sounds good. Yeah. Who is this employer of yours?
Well, aren't you curious? I like that. I work for the Holy Order.
Well, I need to talk to him, don't I? Okay, what is the Holy Order? Military unit of the gods or something bollocks?
Yes, but as you might know, this is the realm of Malthus, the guardian of the Lightborn. And here the Order basically reigns for him. It's both the spiritual and judicial center of this country, so believe me, you'll see for yourself soon enough.
Oh, that's a great combination, isn't it? Okay, I'll help you. Yeah, I need to get rid of this fever because I'm pretty sure it is going to kill me.
Splendid. There are some things that need some explanation before we can get started, however. Where should I start? I take it you've noticed that in the past 2.5 years, this world has fallen into political chaos, right? Civil wars, usurpers everywhere, you name it.
Yep.
And even though Enderal isn't directly affected by these wars going on everywhere, there are strange things happening here too. Take the Woodsers, for example. There have been an unusual number of reports of wanderers being attacked by them in the open, which has never happened before. And the same goes for the Lost Ones, the living dead. Until 2 years ago, they were a rather rare magical phenomenon. But now every other corpse not properly cremated starts walking again as if it were the most natural thing to do. The strangest thing, however, is what they call the Red Madness.
So, yeah, do you think this scales could in any way be related to the rumors about the Lightborn's deaths? And everyone in Neverhome talks about them.
Yeah, the rumors. I've heard them too. And I could indeed imagine that they're true. And that there's a connection, yes.
So you can believe that somebody killed the Lightborns?
As I said, maybe. If you ask me, the Lightborn were never more than false gods anyway.
But you work for them. So, yeah, this is kind of what I would like to go for. And here I thought the elements were the most precious people in the civilized world.
Please, don't take me as an example. I've seen that a long life is only one of the things powerful magic can achieve. And this whole false deity theory isn't that new, after all. And seriously, let's say the Lightborn really are as mighty and omnipresent as the revelations say they are. Wouldn't they have the power to magically smite me here and now for my insolence? The Lightborn were just powerful kings. No more, no less.
Fair enough.
But that's just how I see it. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Not at all. Still waiting for the smiting? Nah, far from it.
Splendid. You never know. But we're digressing.
True. You mentioned something about the rat madness.
Yeah. It's some kind of mental illness that makes people lose their minds.
Ew.
Just a couple of weeks ago, for instance, there was a smith in Ark who slaughtered his entire family. He was drunk, but that doesn't explain why he screamed things like, "Fear the light," while he was doing it. Or a young noblewoman who killed herself by setting her family estate on fire for no apparent reason. Now, you might say that these kinds of things happen, but by now there have been more than a dozen of them. That and the fact that the possessed's eyes glow red shortly before and during their deed has made people call it the Red Madness. And just 3 days ago it happened again. Only this time it was a magister from within the Holy Order itself.
Ew, that's very bad. This rat madness does sound a lot like... well, what apparently Daddy said I did. Killing your entire family. So yeah, a magister?
Right, you're not from here. A magister is a kind of sage from the Holy Order, who teaches the young novices who are aspiring to become keepers or arcanists. Yarrow was his name, a man who had more than 60 winners on his back.
So what does this old sage do?
He killed 15 novices and himself.
How?
According to the only eyewitness to survive, he entered the teaching room as usual to give a lecture on alchemy. But instead, he gave a strange speech in which he explained that humanity is corrupt, void, as he put it. And his eyes started glowing, he locked the door, and... well, he tore himself apart with a magical explosion. You can imagine the kind of uproar that caused.
Yeah, that is not good press. Yeah, that's... So, what's your role in all this? You said you work for the Order, but I take it you're no monk, are you now?
Well, I'm not exactly one for vows and austerity, so no, I'm no keeper. I guess you could say my specialty is recovering things that have been lost. Treasures, tomes, memories, and the like. And the Order hired me to do exactly that. They want to know how a highly intelligent man like Yarrow could fall victim to the Red Madness. And also if there's a discernible pattern to how this malady, or whatever it is, chooses its victims.
So you're just an adventurer. So, in other words, you're searching for his motives. How could I help you with that? I don't know anything about this Yarrow.
True, but that's irrelevant. Yarrow grew up in a small village named Riverville, which isn't far from here. And according to some of the other wardens, he visited this area quite often after his partner's death. So it's quite possible we could find some clues around here. Shards of his past, if you like. I've already searched most of the area, but a second pair of eyes wouldn't hurt. What do you think?
Fair enough. Where shall we start?
Well, for starters, I need you to travel to Riverville and talk to an old man named Alfred. He was a childhood friend of Yarrow's, and he might be able to tell us something worthwhile. Secondly, a boy from the village told me that he saw Yarrow throw something into the water near a cliff to the east. Go there and see if you can find whatever it was he wanted to get rid of. I myself will have a look at the house Yarrow grew up in. Here, this is a map of the region. The blue dot over here is Yarrow's old house. And at the risk of sounding heartless, you should head back to the apothecary's camp. Maybe the bandits left behind some equipment. If there's nothing else, I'd say off we go. Let's shed some light on this Yarrow and his motivations. Meet me at his old house when you're ready. I'll be waiting there.
Oh. Your quest objective is marked by one or more stars, they indicate the difficulty of said quest, but at the same time the level you should have for the quest. So we have 1 star very easy, 2 easy, 3 medium, 4 hard, and I guess 5 for very hard or something. Okay. Let's keep it to very easy at the moment. So, off we go to the adventures of off we go to the adventures of Spiz and Enderal. See you.
Pipe.
I'm trying to do an outro here. Off we go into adventure.